Hi friends, welcome back. It's Mom Encouragement Monday. Ooh, let me fix this. So let's see. This one I've been thinking on for a while because I actually read a really great book. It's called The Wise Woman by George MacDonald. And when I say read, I didn't actually read it. I listened to it on audio. I actually Googled it, like YouTubed it, and somebody read the entire book on YouTube. So I just listened to them read the book to me. And it's a really good book. There's a lot of great one-liners in there that I'm like, oh. And the girl, when she's being like selfish and snotty, and I'm like, I kind of recognize a little bit of that in myself. So it was a lot of like good, like a kick in my pants for myself. But there was one line in there that really got me thinking. And it's this. It says, the poor foolish creature seemed to think that the work of one day ought to serve for the next day as well. And my mind immediately went to laundry. Like, I'm always complaining about laundry. We have 7 people that live in this house. We live on a farm. Kind of. I've made it into a farm. We have animals. My husband is, he works with his hands, so he gets dirty, and our life is messy. There's very few clothes that we ever rewear, so I am washing clothes constantly. And I'm always complaining about it, like piles and mountains of laundry, and it's like never ending, and you get the laundry basket empty, and then it fills back up at the end of the day when everybody takes their clothes off, and I just, I find myself complaining about it a lot, being frustrated with it a lot. And when I heard this line in the book, I was like, oh my goodness. The reason that laundry is never done is because I'm only doing my daily portion, right? We have things that we have to do every day, and that is our daily portion. And what we do daily, it doesn't roll over to the next day. We get up the next day and we have to do it again because it's a daily job. Laundry is a daily job. Just like child rearing and training is a daily job. I wrote down it got me thinking about, like, what do I do daily that I never recognized were just only supposed to last a day. There are some things that you do that it's just a daily thing. It only lasts a day, and you're going to have to get up and do them the next day. So I made a little list. Laundry, meals, training children, cleaning, encouraging others, loving others, rest. That's a daily thing. Connecting with my husband. And then I started to think about a Bible verse that I know. It says, give us this day our daily bread. And that's Matthew 6:11. And that verse doesn't say, like, give us 7 loaves of bread so that it'll last us all month bread, right? Like, give us our daily bread. Give us just what we need to get through the day. So I started kind of like mulling over these two things and putting them together and viewing my daily chores, the things I do daily, a little bit differently. That, this little portion of laundry that I get done is supposed to only last a day, and there is supposed to be more. And just like, the Lord gives us what we need for this day. He doesn't give us an abundance, an excess of patience or energy or sleep. We have to sleep every day, and He gives us just what we need to get through this one day. He gives us our daily bread. You could insert anything there. Give us my daily dose of patience. Give me my daily dose of energy. Give me the daily dose of words of encouragement that I need to use, or wisdom that I need to have. He gives us these daily things. So when I'm looking at how to be a better wife, a better mom, a better Christian woman, I always go to Proverbs 31. So I was like reading through Proverbs 31. Where does it show like the daily things that she does? And I ended up making this really kind of cute little list of things that I noticed in there that she did, and I thought I would just share it with you. It says, my life is a Proverbs 31 woman. So when you read it, it says things like she holds the distaff and, prepares meals for her servant girls. And she's like a merchant ship coming from afar. Like, those things are very relevant to the people who, when at the time the Bible was written, but they kind of don't connect with us. I mean, I don't even know what a distaff is. So that doesn't connect with me, but I can get the drift of what the verse is saying. So I kind of wrote down my own little things. So in verse 11, it says, her husband has full confidence in her. So my husband can trust that I can hold down the fort, that I've got this at home while he's off working. It's my daily responsibility to bring him good. It says in 12, it says she brings him good all the days of her life. That is a daily responsibility. I don't need to just bring my husband good once a week. On Monday I'm going to bring him good and that'll last all week long. No, it is a daily responsibility to bring my husband good. And then I started to think about, well, what does that look like? What does bringing my husband good look like? And this is what I came up with. I said, not overspending his hard-earned money, not being careless, like looking for good deals and being careful with the things that I buy, using my words carefully when speaking to him and when speaking about him. Again, connecting with him, if you catch my drift on that one. Having contentment with the life that he has provided. Another way of saying that is the gentle, I think it's like gentle and quiet spirit. Just being content with what we have, the life that he has set up for us, the home that we have, the children we have, the daily tasks that I have. Being content in those will bring him good. Not being like a quarrelsome, nagging wife. It says that I am daily productive. In verse 13, it says that she works with eager hands. So being productive and working around the house and working with our kids and getting the stuff done that I need to get done eagerly is a daily thing that, again, I don't just do it on Monday and it lasts all week, right? Like, it's a daily thing to be productive all the time. It says she provides food for her family. That's a daily thing, more like 3 times a day. But I took it one step further and said healthy meals. Not always stopping at the drive-thru, not always serving macaroni and cheese, but really time management, basically managing my time well so that I am providing healthy meals for my family on a regular basis. That I have confidence in myself. This is one that I struggle with a lot. It says in verse 18, she sees that her trading is profitable. Now, I'm not trading anything. I'm not making and selling anything. But the things that I do, I can still see that it's profitable. Something doesn't have to bring in money financially to be valuable or profitable. So the things that I do, the things that I'm good at encouraging people. I'm good at training our children and those things that I can do and I can see that they are profitable. When I sit down with a friend who, calls and says, I need encouragement, I need advice. And when I can take a few minutes and listen to them and hear what they're saying and try to help them and encourage them, that's profitable. That doesn't bring in finances, but that grows God's kingdom. And so I can have confidence in that and know that the skills that I do possess, although don't bring in money, are profitable for our family. If that makes sense. I have concerns for others and not just our family and friends. In verse 20, it says she extends her hands to the needy. I view that as recognizing that there's a bigger world out there than just me and my little family, that I'm not the main center of the story here, and that although my number one ministry is my husband and my children, that I also need to recognize that there's also a great big wide world out there that also needs what I have or what I can give. I trust in the Lord daily. In verse 25, it says she can laugh at the days to come. And that verse kind of gets me because I'm like, okay, I can laugh at the days to come because I've put in the hard work. I've done the hard work where I've set myself up to know that I don't need to worry. I know that I can trust God. I have this relationship with the Lord that I know that He's got me, He's got my back, and that I can trust Him, and that things are going to work out. And that is through work. That is through building a relationship with Him. That's not something that you just automatically have. And so putting in the hard work on a daily basis builds trust in any relationship, including the relationship with the Lord. Okay, it says, I daily offer wisdom to my family and those around me. I'm careful with my words. In verse 26, it says, she speaks with wisdom and faithful instruction is on her tongue. This is a big one since I semi-homeschool. I'm with my kids a lot. And so my words need to be careful, and the instructions that I give need to be proper and biblical, and that's a daily thing. I need to be consistent with that. You can't say one thing one day and then totally contradict it the next. I need to know biblically the advice and the wisdom to give my children as I train them and grow them and get them ready to go off into the world. I keep an eye on my flock, and I know my sheep. She watches over the affairs of her household. So I know my kids, right? I know my house. I know what is going on in my house. I know what's going on with our bills. I know what's going on with our responsibilities here at home. That I know when it's time to concern my husband. I know when it's time to call him and say, okay, I need your help here with this. Or is it something that I can handle? Is there something going on with the kids that I can just handle myself? Is there something going on with the cars or the house or the animals that I can just take care of myself, that I don't need to alarm him or concern with him with. But the only way that I know when to call him and concern him and when not to is that I have daily put in the time and the effort it takes to watch over the affairs of my household, to watch over my children, to know my children. And so those are kind of the things that I came up with, daily things that you do, the daily bread, if you will, isn't just sweeping floors and washing dishes and cooking meals. There's so much more to it that I really encourage you to read over Proverbs 31 and see what speaks to you, what verses lunge out at you, and what you kind of can learn and grow from in that, because this has been really kind of fun for me to look over and just see where maybe I'm doing well and maybe I need a little more work. And it's also, like I said, given me kind of that verse of, what a fool to think that just because she did something once that it should continue to the next day. A daily chore takes daily work. And so that's really changed my mindset and my outlook on how I run my days. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys is I found on Facebook a scripture writing Facebook group, and I found it through another YouTuber that I like to watch, The Homespun Wife, and she's so cute. She's like this southern not old, I did not mean to say she's old, she's not old, she's like a southern older woman. She seems like she'd be like a mentor mom, like somebody I would want to go to and be like, tell me how to live my life, tell me what to do. She just seems full of wisdom, and she just seems really, really sweet. And she talked about this Facebook group that she runs, and it's scripture writing, and they have it planned out where each day you just look up a scripture and write it down. Some people write it fancy and pretty, some people just scribble it in a notebook, but then you post your picture, and it seems like a really cool group. I just joined a couple days ago. But I'll leave the link there too, so maybe you can join me there too. But that's what I've got for today. I encourage you to just go out and have a great week, and to recognize that our daily bread is our daily bread. It's just the things that we do daily, and maybe it'll help you have a new outlook on your day and the way that you are spending your time. So anyway, we'll see you next time.